like that. I 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 like that.
Unmute us.
Our
There you
producer,
go.
our producer slacking.
Yeah, it all is mute.
Don't do what you want to see.
What's going on, people?
And what's up, Tiffany?
How you doing, Bernard?
I'm
It
doing
is
fine.
so
I ain't
good
seen you in
to
a
see
while.
I know it.
Yeah.
It's so good
All-
to see all of you fellas.
All right, Mr. Charlie Brown intro.
Your
Uh,
beauty is only
I just
by the.
I
the-
just
the
got
night
one
of the
thing to
moon.
say.
The one thing.
Hello, boys and ladies. It gives me a great pleasure to be with you tonight. I'm a little bit different. My friends call me Air because I'm moving. I'm everywhere tonight. And I want you to know I'm in my automobile and I am moving around.
That means he in Family
And
Dollar.
I just want to say this. Please contact your relatives, your friends, share, because we got a great show tonight, a lot of great information you need to share. Thank you so much. Tiffany, it's good to see you.
You
Beauty
as
is
well, Mr. Brown.
Beauty is untouched by the late evening. I do want you to know that.
I appreciate it. And y'all, my little baby is restless, so I'm gonna be muting myself a little
Oh,
bit.
Nehemiah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's the only child here, and he just cannot deal with it.
oh. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have a lineup for you all tonight. Sean gave us a topic. He is not here tonight, and we're going to run through them and see what we can all get done. And start out with our topic of discussion. Topic of discussion. And our
It's
first
ironic
topic-
you put that. It's ironic you put that scroller down there. I'm gonna leave that where it's at, but keep going.
It's ironic you put the phone where?
That's the one. That's what you got scrolling at the bottom.
No.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
listen,
You're
Nah,
going to need a lawyer. You're going to need a lawyer.
No, my attorneys are David Bozeman and Johnson.
Oh, so you already have. Oh, okay.
I have a legal team, baby. I don't play, you know I got.
Okay, don't play with him.
And then my
All
backup.
right.
I ain't gonna tell you my backup. Let's go on with the show.
Topic of discussion. Our first topic tonight. I don't know whether y'all seen it or not. Um, North Carolina Housing Development got a mandate for all the residents that you must fly the American flag. Is Giovanna there? I don't know whether she put that up or not. North Carolina Housing Development. You must, if you live in this housing development, you must fly the American flag. That's what they want you to show your patriotism, or you cannot stay in it. Now these states are getting a little out of control, I think. What y'all think?
Well, Julius, I can respond to that right quick. We supposed to live in America. We have choices that we make. And I say, how can we live in a country, regardless that is how the houses were built, and they're gonna demand if you're gonna live in it, you got to fly American flag. That's a form of indoctrination taking place, and I don't know what's coming next. It's getting dangerous. Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump, we might be laughing and joking, but I'm concerned about Tiffany, little baby girl down there, what it's going to be like for her in about 20 years. It's getting dangerous now. Something is wrong with that. That's a form of indoctrination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I that's why I ain't gonna lie, I went Facebook Live for about an hour a few minutes ago because I had to get all this anger out me because I didn't want to bring it to the show and get y'all put off. But I'm just being real, man. Seriously, let me tell y'all something. And I call them devils, but let me tell you this something for real, man. I'm a light boat, man. I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
If I got to stay in a place and I got to fly American flag, then that's a problem. Then I won't be staying in that place. What it is that we allow those people, to treat us all kind of way, and we keep accepting. I've been saying this about 2 years now, 3 years since we've been here. When enough gonna be enough?
Yes.
Okay, when enough gonna be enough? We got to stop fighting with each other and start fighting with them. You know,
Amen.
I'm telling you right now, man. They're trying to set us. Well, they already done set. They're trying to set us way back, and we sitting up there arguing with each other and playing around each other, and they already got a plan what they're trying to do with us. So, yeah, man, y'all better wake up, man. I'm telling you, if you got to stay in the place and fly, I'm gonna fly that flag right up I'm gonna fly.
Well,
That's right.
I think last year was the start of a long path of just overreach. And when they removed the ability of women to make decisions on their vagina, that was a problem. This year, we lose access of affirmative action, which means millions and millions of young people won't have access to social mobility through education. Now you're going to tell me what I'm going to do. And then you got Ron DeSantis in Florida that are just doing some really ridiculous things. What they're doing is creeping up on, guess what's going to be next, stuff like voting rights and civil rights and things like that. And so what I'm going to tell people to do, you better vote, because you got idiots in office that are making decisions, raising taxes, and basically they no longer do politicians care about the common person. They care about what they can control. And the last I looked, our government is like a dysfunctional family of a man who wants control over his wife. And that's problematic. And so we're in a better human being syndrome right now, where the government is beating our behind. We're allowing governors and council people to just do what they want. And that's got to change. And you change it by putting people in office that show you different. But we got to start voting. And that's the bottom line.
I know others got to speak, but you know something interesting what you just say. You know what, Robert, I am so afraid of, and I've been trying not to get on that subject. I think we're heading for a civil war in this country. And And that can happen very well the way it's going. The ones who have guns and the ones who don't. The ones who don't have guns going to be defeated. I'm afraid, Robert. I'm too old now, but I am concerned about Tiffany. I keep picking on Tiffany because her daughter is a little girl. And I'm saying she could have been a little boy. But in 20 years, at the rate things are going, if change don't come about, we headed back to damn near slavery.
Yeah, and I think it's really important that, you know, we know that the Bible says that my people perish from lack of knowledge. And we also know the quote that if you wanted to hide something, that you would put it in a book. And so we're so distracted nowadays. We're so distracted with what's in our hands. We're so distracted about what our neighbors have going on that we're not keeping our eyes on the things that's going on literally around us. Everything that you guys have talked about this subject, I just had this full conversation with my grandma, who's 82, about 40 minutes ago. And I was telling her, it's like, she was saying it's just so ugly, all of these mass shootings that we're having. And I was telling Grandma, we have people that's in place who we have voted for and put these people in place who pass policies, who pass laws just carelessly about guns, and there is no gun reform because they know who's going to be affected by this, and it's the Black community. When you pass a law that says nobody has to have to carry a gun, when we know mental health right now is so running rapid, we have crazy people, and forgive me,
that's not the right word.
That is not the right word. Let me dial it back. But we have people that are really going through things who has access to guns, and we don't know what they're thinking, but we do see what the actions pan out from that thinking, and they take people along with them. And so I had that same feeling, Mr. Brown, when you said you think we're headed towards a civil war. And I said, you know who wins on each side of this? The NRA wins. They win when the politician passes laws. They win even when people who don't even carry guns say, this world is so crazy that I think I need a gun. The NRA wins again. So all full circle, the NRA is benefiting from this. And they use puppets that is politicians, that's governors, you know what I mean? Those are senators. Those are people who we have put in place to make our community safe, to make sure we have affordable health care, affordable housing. And yet we go to the store and chicken is now more expensive than anything in the store. It's more expensive than anything in this. And so we have to go back to the root, you know, because this is just the fruit. We have to go back to the root of these causes. And it's in the policies. It's in the people that we elect. So while we're so capsized and distracted about the Titanic little ship, we need to be paying attention to what's going on.
And the little ship that imploded, whatever they call it. And the word you were looking for, there are a lot of people are mentally challenged. That's the political correct word that's taking place.
We already in a war. You say heading to one, we're already in a war.
Yeah.
You know, what get me is, y'all know, what kills me is about this political correct stuff that people come and want to say. Ain't not political correct. Man, I'm just over it, man. I'm like, whatever come out my mouth, man. I ain't gonna sit here and want y'all to vote for me.
No, I like
I'm
it.
political correct, man.
I like it.
I'm just gonna tell it like it is.
I was just saying, we don't want to call people. They are crazy people. It is, but we're trying to keep from calling. Like in the day, Bernard. I just got you on for a minute. Like the day we used to call people deaf and dumb. That was wrong. They might have been deaf, but they wasn't necessarily dumb. But I'm just saying.
Hey,
that's all I was saying.
Ain't nothing dumb about me. Ain't nothing dumb about me, man. I'm telling you.
No, not you. I would say we used to call people that.
Charlie,
why don't we stop this? Why don't we start this right now before the show even gets deep? Let's keep it real, man. We already in the war, and we got to fight fire with fire. And these folks, man, ain't gonna. You think they're gonna sit around there and wait on us, man?
Yeah, you're right.
Well,
Listen, wait, Robert, wait, RG, because you got a lot of political correct in you, and I'm just saying.
That's okay. No. Let me tell you.
You know he's a doctor. You know he's the politically correct.
Let me be me.
It's okay. Hey, it's okay sometimes to talk political correct, but we black folk, we want to hear keeping it real. Okay. At the end of the day, I'm gonna knock down your door, and I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. I ain't got time for all this. I'm tired.
Well, I'm gonna give y'all my opinion with the crazy part. Some people crazy and some people mentally challenged, and you use it in the right connotation for when it applies.
Right.
You got a bunch of crazy people out there. I don't care whether anybody whether I say they mentally challenged. There's a bunch of crazy people out there. Those people aren't mentally challenged who going into those places and shooting those places up. Crazy people. That's why I try to stay out of those crowds. I don't want to go nowhere where a crowd at. But that's just one of the things that we got going on. And Bernard, you're right. Sometimes we don't have to be politically correct.
Yeah.
We don't have time. Call it for what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. We got to stop being passionate. I'm telling you right now. We ride here shooting burn arrows and they shooting bullet at us, and we come on, man.
Look, y'all, and this is the war, but not this is the war. And a lot of people gonna get mad when I say this. The war is on black folk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something I saw today. Anytime I ride down the street in a black neighborhood and I see 3 young black people pull over, 3 young black men, but white officers only, I'm pulling over because I need to check on my young brothers. And it goes back to what we talked about last week. If you are a black male in particular, I'm speaking to you, and you're not pulling these young brothers aside and tightening them up, you the problem. Because when I saw it, I was like, I don't feel good about this. I had a passenger in the car, so I pulled over. And thank God I did. They arrested the young brother for jaywalking. He had a warrant, but I talked to the other two. I said, what the hell y'all doing? Excuse my language. What y'all doing walking down the middle of the road? Long story short is I tightened them boys up right then and there. We got to stop as men, stop being scared of these boys. Get out the car, jack them up, and say, get your act together. Because right now we are in that war, Bernard. But if we don't,
what age you talking about? Tell me what age you're talking about. You might be talking about boys from 7 or 8, 9, 10, 11.
No, I'm talking about 19, 20-year-olds. Jack, they behind up because they need to learn the hard way. Because we got to make sure they learn the hard way. Because excuse my language, them white officers darn sure ain't gonna get them. They did arrest that young brother. So now I got to go make sure the mama gets you know what I'm saying? I ain't got the money to get them out. But if we don't start being preventative, we lose the war.
Yeah, and I was talking to my cousin. He calls from prison, and we had a conversation yesterday that was it was so refreshing because even though he had to go and spend X amount of years in prison, a number of times, this isn't his first time. And he was saying, Tiffany, it's gonna take for somebody who's been through it to be able to talk to someone. And I'm not gonna say by the time that they're 19 and 20 that they're not gonna listen, but we have to start getting to them while they're 9, while they're 7, while they're 8 years old, and letting them know that somebody cares enough about you to see you want to make better decisions. We can't wait until we see them as tall as we are. Daniel's 15 and he's 6'5", y'all. But he's still 15. So I still have to teach him, and I still have to have that conversation with him because he's now traveling. So he do need to have the conversation of when you're pulled over by a police officer, what you need to do.
That's
you
right.
Can't just say, my mom is a commissioner in Athens, because baby, that don't mean nothing when we outside of District 3. So you have to conduct yourself as such, and we can't wait until they get 19 and 20 years old, because by that time they've already had an encounter with the law, and so they already have their own opinion and perspective about the law. You have to start early.
And
I'm
Mr.
not
Brown,
gonna get on that
Well,
subject.
well. You have to pick your battles, and I say that I really mean that. Robert, you just happen to run across individuals might want to listen, but a lot of the 18, 19, 20 years old, you will run up on them, Robert, and they'll retaliate, come back and gun you down like a dog in the street, my brother.
I got one
And
too.
again,
Let's do it.
I'm just
Oh,
saying, these are crazy people does crazy things. And I'm,
Bernard, help me out here.
and that's why I asked you the question. That's
Mr.
why I
Brown,
asked you the question. I can see, no, it's okay.
well,
You're
Mr.
a
Brown,
bleeding hearted liberal. That's
Mr. Brown, I'm
good.
gonna have to cut you off here.
That's
We
good.
gotta stop having that mentality about our young black brothers. Because these are young brothers.
No,
Hold on, Mr. Brown. They darker than me, they got the dreads and the hood on. I ain't scared of them. Stop being scared of our people. I don't like that. I understand what you're saying.
I'm telling you.
But these are young black brothers.
I'm telling you, you just been fortunate. You're a bleeding hearted liberal, and you can't just be a bleeding hearted liberal.
Yeah.
That's all it does.
Hey,
You gotta pick your
RG.
fights, Robert.
I
Mr. Brown.
don't think Mr. Brown said about, they be scared. I'm gonna give you an incident. So
Okay.
I was I be around all these kids, age 19, 18, something, playing basketball, right? So one kid, my brother told him, say, hey, don't go through the door, because you got to go in the front, don't go through the back. So the guy kept talking, and I thought he was being disrespectful. So he came at me, and I came at him. I said, look here, man, and I came at him because I was about to dump him.
There you go.
So when I came at him strongly, he backed down. He said, oh, he ain't playing. And he apologized. He said, sir, I apologize. I wasn't being disrespectful or anything like that. I just trying to understand what you said about not going through the door. I said, okay. I said, but at the end of the day, he said, don't go through that door, so you got to go around front. He said, okay, sir, I apologize. But I'm like this. You come at me, I'm coming at you. I don't care if you young, whatever. So it's not that we scared.
Hold on, Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown. Hold on, Mr. Brown. Somebody else got to talk.
It's not that we scared. It's not that we scared. It's more like, if they feel like you're afraid of them, then they're gonna try.
There you go.
But at the end of the day, I don't put on some weight. I'm 205 and I got some pound behind me, so I was ready. So my brother said, "Man, why you want to fight?" I said, "Ain't that I want to fight. I was letting that little young brother know we can go down."
There you go. We can do it now.
Bernard, I agree with you, Bernard, and I agree with you, Robert. But the thing, I agree with Mr. Brown a little bit more, and the reason being is that these kids will kill you these days. You see what these people here just said? Man, these kids fighting their parents. What you think they'll do to you? And you got to be careful. Now, if you know the kids, then fine. If you live in that area and you can relate to them somewhat, and they might have seen you, then fine, you can be that big brother. But if you talking to these kids these days, they got a different mindset. They'll tell you to mind your own damn business in a minute.
Yeah.
If you don't mind it,
They'll
get
I'll put right on all.
Yeah, that's true.
I had to tell one of them. He had to phone the officer face. I said, "Boy, get your ass." But you got, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, Robert, Julius.
Sir?
I'm on as long as I power in my phone. My charge is going real fast. I want to say this. I do applaud you. I applaud Bernard. I'm 70. I'm damn near 75. I've kicked more butts than you can stick a shake. And Julius will tell you this. But the new young 18, 19, 20, they will find out where I live at and kick my door down and blow me away. I'm telling you the action.
Yeah.
Robert, I compliment what you do, but you be careful because you bleeding hearted liberal. You too much liberal for me because you gonna get yourself hurt.
Well, no, and I'll be honest with you. Now, if it would have been, here's the difference. It's a difference, y'all. Let me clarify, because you're right on that. If I just saw a whole bunch of guys just hanging out, I ain't about to stop. But when I see 3 white officers and 3 white males, this and my gut say something ain't right. That's when I stop. I went out by myself.
You can.
Right. Yeah, I saw officers and I was like, hold up, because I would have felt bad if I would have saw something on WTLC and one of them brothers would have been hurt or died. Then I would have felt guilty. So let me clarify that. I did. My thing was, y'all ain't gonna hurt my young brother. Ain't no. And why? Here's the question: why we ain't got black officers? Why we can't have black officers patrol our neighborhoods in black neighborhoods?
Okay. Now you did ramble, but I do. You're absolutely right. I am the same. I'm like, it's the mistrust. I feel like it's mistrust on both sides, because even if you are a black officer, and I do know of black officers that serve, in this community. I don't think that they feel any kind of way that, black people won't accept me because I'm a black officer. But in some neighborhoods, it's so. In some counties, in some states, in some cities, it is so. I feel maybe convicted by being a police in this time. And even if I wanted to be a police officer, when I seen what they did to the young man when all of the police jumped on him, I don't want to be a police. I don't want to die. I want to serve my community, but then I also don't want to have to deal with the racism that comes within being a police officer. And Julius, disclaimer, I know you was a police officer, so I'm just, I think I see your face trying to come for me. But, I just, even with the cadet program here, I advocate for the cadet program. I am a certificate citizen police officer, graduated, class of June. And so, my nephews, they always say, well, Auntie, I always see you with the police. I always see you with the police. Well, if there is anything going on, the first thing you're going to do is call the police. I'm not anti-police, but I am pro-community policing. I feel like that brings back and it builds the trust within the community and the police officers. Because I have police officers that will just sit in their car, and I don't understand, if you're supposed to be policing, what's wrong with community policers? Why you sitting in your car? You can be getting out communicating with some of the young kids instead of just showing up and passing out stickers. Then they'll actually know who you are. When I was growing up, like my cousin, he's running for sheriff in 2024, but he is he is that model. He's the model. When they say, well, we don't do that, we don't know how to do that. I know someone in my family who has done that. And because he served his time, when he runs for sheriff, it's not even going to be an issue, because the community knows him because he did his job. He didn't just, come and lock people up, or was just cock-sprung that people were afraid of him. They respected him, and they still respect him now.
And that's what it's about. That's what we're missing, Tiffany. That respect that we get from the officers. And to get back on Robert's point, is that he saw 3 white officers patrolling his area. See, back in the day, you had black officers patrolling those black areas, and they could relate to the people in the community, and they form those relationships where there is some degree of trust. But now these officers come from North Dakota and Wyoming and Nebraska and Montana, and they come here and they can't relate. They're getting out the army and coming and staying here, and they can't relate to those young kids. And what do you think happens? They don't form that relationship. So the first thing they'll do is they attack, and they think that every one of them is bad. But if they got out the car, and talk to people instead of just driving by, it would make a difference.
So
right. So when Robert was right, when Robert was what Robert was saying before I get away, what Robert was saying, the white police officer was, the officer was there. I'll stop and talk to them then, but I thought no one was there.
Bernard,
had a point.
Mr. Brown is on delay. His thing is on delay for his call. That's why he didn't hear you talking. So go ahead, Bernard.
So I think it go back to training. It go back to training, and the people, the head guy, that what him, Jewish, the chief of police was at last week at Coach Turner. That was him.
Yeah, for the school.
For the school. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was
Okay.
Terry.
I think it go back to training. You know, training these white officers, training these people. You know, this how to do it. Training. And we got to train our kids how to respect them. To respect go both ways.
Yeah.
And I always was taught to pull over, yes sir, no sir, to see another day. These kids they know, come on now, they know they got a warrant. They know they wrong, but they want to raise hell. Do
Right.
you know you got a warrant? Come on now. If you got to realize too, we are human beings.
Yeah.
Everybody, the cops, they want to go home to their family. Y'all want to go home to y'all family.
Absolutely.
So,
Amen.
Absolutely.
you
Amen.
know, but if you resist, they're already first thing they're already scared.
Yeah.
Trust me, y'all know for a fact. Everybody's scared of us because we black.
Yeah.
Just keep it real.
And we're just
Everybody's scared of us.
We're
They rather
terrified too.
defend themselves knowing that something may happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's real.
It's crazy.
Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
Mr. Brown.
I'm so weak with him right now.
I think we need community policemen to get to know the police. We don't have enough of that. And like Julius said today, it was a community police. Then a lot of the black police officers know a lot of the guys on the streets, and they did talk with them. If we had more community policemen, it'll help. I'm not saying it's gonna stop. It will help. I don't know if this got anything to do with it or not. When I was in the 6th grade, I was a school safety patrol. Would that count as a police officer?
Goodbye, Charlie. Next case.
You're an officer at heart, Mr.
No, they call
Burger.
it lame. You was lame.
Hey. And
Sean
Mr. Brown, you lied.
I just
you
asked.
said you lost
We was
every
bitch, cuz.
fight you was in. You said you lost it. Now you said you bought some butts. Come on now.
Right. You was sick. You the ops. Mr. Charlie, you the ops.
No. I said I was a school safety patrol officer. I was.
Yeah, that's because you was a great student. They picked great academic.
Nah, he was
No, he wasn't. He just was big. He just was bigger than everybody else.
Julius, Giovanna, what subject are we on now?
Right,
Discussion. Oh,
Black
man
man in America. The black man in America. Sean sent this topic because he's tired of the black man not taking responsibility and doing what he's supposed to do, and he's echoing what Bernard say all the time, you know. And we do need to step up, and it's just not just us; it's a bunch of us that need to step up because we're complacent and letting things just happen, running around with our pants sagging, running around here, shooting guns all day long, toting guns and thinking that it's okay. I mean, but you know, that's not my subject. That's Son's subject, and he couldn't be with us because he had some family issues this week, and we were all praying for him. But Bernard, you can go ahead and touch on this first if you would like.
Man, you know what? Let me say this here. We got good black men. We got bad black men. Okay, you got black men taking care of their family. You got black men doing the right thing. Okay, you got white folks, they got good, bad. Everybody got good and bad at the end of the day. My thing that I see here, and this is my opinion and what I see, I don't see enough black men stepping up, supporting the black women. I see a lot of black men wearing the women's dresses. I see, and at the end of the day, it's true, man. I don't see no. There's a lot of black men here. They talk, but they not strong, man. And I'm gonna tell you why I say this. I was on the phone for 2 hours with this young lady, and I ain't gonna tell you who it was. 2 hours with this young lady, and she said exactly what I'm saying. Why we as black men got to sit up on these black women's shoulders so they can talk for us? I don't need no woman to talk for me. Okay, we need to stand up as black men now and take responsibility and support our black women and do what we say we're gonna do, and stop talking about each other behind each other back and being a scarecrow to say it in people's face. And I'm just keeping it real, and that's what I see. But at the end of the day, I mean, we need to stop it. Yeah, they need to stop throwing us under the bus. Yeah, we need to stop throwing each other under the bus at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? If you got something to say it. Don't say it behind closed door, and when you get in the public, you saying something else. I got a mouth. If I say something in your face, I'm gonna say something in public too. I don't like you. I don't like you. Period. That's know. So at the end of the day, we got good black, ugly, we got everything. But don't try to throw all us under the bus, because there's some good black men out there doing the right thing, taking care of their family.
Okay.
You know. So when y'all start talking about it, make sure y'all say I'm talking about the black man that's not doing nothing, instead of talking about the black man that's doing something.
That's absolutely correct. Jamal, glad you can join us. What other black man?
Yeah, because
Sir?
I had to go. I had to go get my mama medication. That's why I can't come on immediately.
Well, you one of the black men that's doing good things.
That's right. That's right. I'm at my mama's house right now. That's why I automatically I'm like, hey, I gotta go ahead and do that.
He took our sign down, Julius. He took our sign down too, the big one.
No, when I came over here, I thought I would see the sign. I see the sign was here. I said, I guess they got scared. They can't put that up on bullet. I guess that's what happened. But I want to say this: Bernard's statement is absolutely correct. I agree with him 100% with regard to that. That when people are talking about this, that they need to understand that they need to reference and say that I'm talking about those who are not doing, because there are black men who are doing. Black men who are being responsible, just like there are black women who are being responsible, some who are not being responsible, young and old, all of us. And so that's correct. We need to make sure we qualify it and not try to put it on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, that's the first you ever agree with me for 100.
I was like,
that's why I was stunned that with brother. I was like, oh my God, I have died. I had told some people earlier on one tele. I had died on one tele that I think I just died again. Oh my God, I've been reincarnated. Oh my God.
Hey, and this the same mama that you always talking about. This the house you took.
I'm weak. I'm so weak.
Be quiet.
Oh, okay. Tiffany or Mr. Brown, y'all got something on this?
I know Mr. Brown won't quite that long. I'm gonna give you get lunch for that. You did well.
The only thing I like to say is that you have to realize who judging the black men. And sometimes they want to judge us in bad character, want to tear the family up. It's almost just like that flag to live in that house. You have to have an American flag. It's a form of indoctrination. We can't buy into it. We simply have to do what we need to do as black men and do it. And all black men are not bad black men. And before I leave the air, I enjoy the show. I always try to be political correct. That's the way I try to be. But some things are not necessarily political correct. You have to be straight and forward with it. And I can respect that. But no damn person gonna change my opinion the way I do things. Because that's the way I do it. And y'all gentlemen have a pleasant night. Excuse me? And you bleeding-hearted liberal, you better start being a bleeding-hearted liberal, too. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all take care of yourself. Tiffany, good night. I love you guys. You know, again, we don't always have to agree, but we still get along with each other.
Right.
We know Clarence Thomas.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're right.
Good night.
Good night, Mr. Brown.
Ginsburg. Good night. Good luck. Commercial time, I think, Julius. Come on, Giovanna.
Oh. Okay, we back.
All right. Where's
Now,
Tiffany?
who?
Tiffany.
Oh, Tiffany went out.
Commissioner Taylor,
Be right
excuse me.
back. We're gonna get into our first subject, and our first subject is Baltimore mass shooting. We had a shooting over the weekend. What was that? Friday night? Where Thursday or Friday night, where we had 30 people shot at a party, block party or something in Baltimore, Massachusetts. 2 died. A bunch of people, 3 or 4 are still in critical condition, and the other 20 something have been released. Now, you shooting at a crowd of people is just terrible, terrible, terrible. You can go and shoot those people and kill people that you know and love, but you can't go shoot somebody who, and I'm not condoning shooting anybody, but it's just your mindset on what you're doing in your communities. You shouldn't have a gun, period. But you know, I know that Facebook like to block people and everything for things that we say, but they aren't blocking those people who are doing things with guns, who are out there spreading hatred. You know, you can do all those things, but you can't do real content that helps build up communities without being sanctioned. And that's just my problem with part of how they police these networks or these platforms. But y'all go ahead. They arrested the person, Kim Brady character or something like that. Kim Brady in Philly.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh well, that was Philly. My bad. We're on Baltimore right now. Baltimore, they're still looking for the suspect still, right?
Yeah.
Well, somebody got to know who did the shooting. You got 2 people dead, and you got all those people shot. So what say y'all? All talk at once.
To the level, again, going to you, Julius Hall, I'm going to agree with you on this, right? So I guess I'm on a roll now, agreeing with the people from Tompkins High School. You know, I'm agreeing
You're not all double bell.
That I'm going to say this, the degree of fear and punkish behavior that they exhibit, that just as you said, Julius, that people who are around you in the neighborhood, in the same city as you have no problem causing harm to them. But the people who are oppressing you, you don't do nothing to them. You let them live. You let them go. They continue to oppress the next day. Here goes some innocent people no longer here. They don't live to see the next day. But here goes the oppressor you should be trying to take out in whatever form, whatever manner that's needed to take the oppressor out. But that's why I say this punkish behavior, this fearful behavior is insane. And then we cannot allow and tolerate this. We should not be allowing this to go on and tolerating it like it's okay. Because it's easy to take out Black folks, but we're not going to take out the people who are basically causing your families not to be able to eat, not be able to sleep, and got them incarcerated unfairly, unjustly, and don't even educate them, and don't even get health care, don't even have wealth. So my God, I'm like, it is ridiculous right now, this self-hatred and this fear of the other people.
I wrestle with it so much in my spirit, because I just want to believe in us as a people, because I know that we can do great things, and it just goes. And I always, when I hear stuff that goes on within my community, and my community would be considered as one of the marginalized community, because we are predominantly Black, besides the gentrification that is going on right now. But when I hear and see us losing somebody within the community at the hands of somebody else, and nobody is speaking up, nobody is saying anything, and it's just like, where the conditions that we're living in every day, we just choose to stay stagnated in what we're in today and take each other away instead of doing something to better the entire community, and going out and vote, or going out and, it's just so much stuff that we could be doing that we could be so self-sufficient. But instead, we get mad over the pettiest stuff, and we are so desensitized, and we just don't love ourselves to the point where we will kill each other. And it's just, and I wrestle with it so much because it's like, how do you fight for people who are fighting you for one, and won't even fight for themselves, or fight each other? And so I'm just like, always spinning because I'm trying to understand. If a white person came within our community and shot somebody, we will march, honey. We will march up Baxter Street. But when we kill each other, we'll release balloons and go right on like nothing has happened. And because we are the adults, guess what the children are seeing us do? So guess what the children are going to do? Yeah. It's so real. And I have these thoughts and I'm like, Lord, my hair gray. Like, I'm only 35, but it's because I care so much. And I'm just like, because why y'all don't care like I care?
Yeah.
And I do, you do find those who do care, but then we have to all care everywhere for it to make an impact. We just can't care just in this one pocket. Yeah.
It's two things. When you see a mass shooting with blacks, it's two things. Either the guy being bullied in the room, been bullied for so long, and he snapped, mental health, he snapped, and then he armed himself with guns and stuff and do that. Then you got emotional heart breakup with these girls. Let's not leave these little hot-ass girls out now. Trust me. You got these little hot girls and they're running around and they playing with these little young boys, boys, emotion and feeling, and they want to go with John and go with Henry and all that. It's a lot going on with these young kids. And I love them. Don't get me wrong. I love them to death. But I think we need to pay attention more. Like a prime example, this guy was on Facebook. Right, and he was reaching out, and I don't know who seen it, but I said he was reaching out for help. He said he was reaching out and nobody helped him. I said, young man, if you need help, I said, hit me in my inbox. I said, I'm here to listen, not to respond. And he said, brother, I understand and I appreciate it. But these ends, he called me and he said, these ends, I had enough of them. So man, we can't turn our back on when y'all know and y'all see somebody really and truly need help. They need help. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And I'm sorry what happened to the people in Baltimore. I'm sorry about all these killing, but only way we gonna survive is we gotta take care of ourselves.
We absolutely do. We absolutely, and it takes for us advocating. But now I'm not naive. You can advocate until you turn blue in the face. Until people are ready to receive it, then that's when the change actually comes. Because you can speak all day long. Like you can have if you're giving away something for free, I have this, that, and the third, you can come and get it. They're gonna come and get it. But are they gonna receive that word that attached to it? If it's a word attached to it, I don't want it. But if you're gonna give it to me for free, I want it. If it's tangible, I can hold it in my hand. But the knowledge that you know from experience and because of what you see and because of what you know that's coming, you can't even pre-warn people nowadays because they don't listen. If we was to say on the Ramble tonight that all of the banks are going to close by the end of the week, take all your money out. You know how many people are going to take their money out of those blanks? Oh, they black. They don't know what they're talking about. But then the bank closes at the end of the week. We got our money out, but nobody else did. Because it's until you want to receive it is when you'll receive it.
Wow. That's powerful. That's right.
That's what I be thinking.
That's real. That's
yeah. Well,
y'all getting deep tonight. Y'all getting deep.
My problem with all of it is that I've never seen so many guns being carried to parties. Or if they were being carried, they've never been used. Now they're using these guns like they have no respect for life. They just shooting any and everybody. When you just shooting, what they're doing, closing their eyes and shooting, brother? That's what they doing.
I don't
'Cause
know.
they shooting babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, unless somebody got a baby and then they holding the baby up, not thinking they holding the baby up, you know, instead of guarding the baby, they holding the baby up. You know, I don't know how you shoot a baby.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it don't make sense.
Yeah.
We're-
It's I don't know, man. These
the guns are being pushed, but the instructions on how to use a gun isn't. Everybody just got a gun. You don't even know if your little tiny hands can even. You know what I mean? One thing about a gun is I'm afraid of the kickback. I'm afraid that if I shoot it, I might bust myself, and then I got a knife.
What's done with you? I'm about to talk to Skip about you tomorrow. What's wrong
And
with you?
people just carry guns, and you ain't been to the shooting range. You're just waiting on something to pop off so I can pop off. And then you don't know how your arm just waved because you don't know how to shoot a gun because you've never shot a gun because you don't need a gun.
Well, let me ask this. When did we, and this is more for our elders on the call, when did we get away from throwing people over the fence to this fight? What's wrong? I don't agree with that. But I would rather you just fight it out and know that person's coming back. Now, like Bernard said, everybody want to go home to their family.
Yeah.
We're going to disagree, but when you end their life, that's permanent. Yeah. But when I beat Jamal up for talking trash and moving my side, he can get up the next day. You know what I'm saying? So, when do we get away from that?
I don't know.
And then you got the mass shooting in Philly. After the Baltimore shooting, you got Philly. How many dead? 6?
This
5 or 6
Yeah.
dead?
Yes.
And they got this guy.
And I guess when you said when it started happening in the 80s and the 90s. And so we now see what has happened. In the 80s and the 90s, we stopped moving away from it. 70s, 60s, you don't have the shooting like that, but 80s and 90s, that's what now, because it becomes a part of the culture. That's what we're not talking about. We begin to glorify the taking of life, that we're going to talk about that. When people, just like when people talk about ops today, guess what? Those are the same people that we were talking about when we talk about they were part of a certain set. What set you a part of. So that's why that set ain't down with us, and those are our ops today. So
So let me ask you a question.
And I just said, and that's why we burned your sign, Robert.
You burned that sign in your grill when you made your fish, didn't you? All that chicken.
Go ahead, Bernard.
That 5 pieces.
So let me ask you a question, okay? In our black community, okay? If they're not playing football, if they're not playing basketball, if they're not playing baseball, if they're not playing sports, then what do they have to do? If it ain't nothing else to do and they ain't doing all that, then what we got for them to do?
See,
go to parties, get in trouble. You got now, and it's true. You got these kids go out at 3 o'clock in the morning going to a party because they got to play 24 hours a day. They leave. They go to party at 3 o'clock and come in 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm telling you because I see it, and I cuss them out, and I ain't trying to put them all the business out, but when that happened, when we started to get up 3 o'clock, we coming in, not 3 o'clock we going out. If they ain't playing sports, they ain't got nothing else for them to do. They ain't got nothing else for them to do.
I think that's like what Jamal said with the culture changing and it being like now everything is so accessible. Everything is right at your fingertips. And so the glorification of anything that you want to make hot, that you want to promote, that you want to push, you keep it in rotation at all times. And you keep it in rotation on many different platforms at many different levels. And so you know what? I'm seeing it all the time. Now I want it. And so that goes the same with guns. It goes the same with drugs. It goes the same with, and then it's in the music. And then it's the same to go with social media because that's where it's all from. You can have the most conservative house, but as long as your child has a cell phone or a laptop, there is something that is also influencing him or her. So now people can recite the movie Friday. People can recite what Pops told Craig, but they will not take into account what Pops told Craig. Craig put that gun down and fought Debo. But you
Right.
started out you word from word. What you ain't gonna do? You still pick that gun up and shoot somebody.
Yeah.
So,
You live to see another day.
Yeah.
yeah. There you go.
Okay.
But
Good beauty, man. All right, I'm
Well,
stop.
Our main subject tonight. What else we had? We had okay, we got
I
through
think
with
it's
those
commercial
two.
break time.
We did the Philly mass shootings, I guess. So it's the UnSupreme Court. The UnSupreme Court. They're not supreme. Supreme means to be wise and to be thoughtful and to be above the fray. These people here are dirty, low down, stinking dogs.
Oh my Lord. You've been ever.
They lawyers tell them to sue me. And that's what they are. These people, especially Clarence Thomas, is the scum of the earth.
Oh
And,
Lord. Oh my God.
I mean, I'm only telling the truth.
I know that. I
when
agree
you
with
don't
you.
know who you are, there is a problem within your psyche. Now, he is mentally challenged. And everybody thinks he's smart, but he ain't too smart because they don't even talk. Smart people usually talk some. This guy don't even talk. He was put in a job that he wasn't supposed to be in. They only put him there because he was a do boy. Am I correct?
You're right. Yeah. And he married that white woman.
Yeah.
So don't leave that out.
Well, he can marry anybody. I don't care who he married. He's just still an idiot. And that's what he is. He's an idiot. He doesn't care about nothing but what he's doing and what the people who he's around. And when you get into a mentality like that and you can disregard a whole race, especially your own race, that means that you are mentally unstable. He ain't crazy. He's mentally unstable.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say I'm gonna do another statement with regards to Bernard Brown and what he said when he said he married that white woman, and you said you ain't concerned about. First, I'm just paraphrasing. You could say who he married. I'm gonna say this, and I don't know if I shared it on this show one time before. So this is coming from his cousins. His cousins have said who are from here, and some of them have gone other places. They're gonna say they cannot go up there when she is there.
Wow.
So it does come down to what type of white woman did he marry? What type of Caucasian woman did he marry? If this is a Caucasian woman that don't care for your family and you are still down with her like that, then yes, Julius Hall, it goes exactly that your mental abilities, there's something about you, and I should say not mental abilities, it says something about your character and your personality and about how you feel about yourself. So this comes from, and so we are at a place called 720 MLK Junior Boulevard, Kim Cafe, but it used to be known as the Garden of Eden, and that's where his cousins were right there, and they began to discuss that. I was there, and Baldy and other people were right there, and they putting it out there saying we can only go up there when she is not there at the house. That told me, okay, you know the type of person that he married. And so I'm not surprised about January 6th and all the other stuff that she's been engaging in and that he's sitting there silently.
Yeah. And you got, trust me, probably back in, this how it started. Okay, the older Beckys, the older white woman, okay, they evil. I'm telling you right now, the one he done married, they evil. But what happened is back in probably back in 90, and those different kind of white girls, they were sent to get the brothers because they know they going to the NBA, they going home. Biracial kids is gonna be #1 kids in America coming soon. I'm telling you, every AAU that I have, biracial kid. You see the white woman, you see the black man, you see, trust me, it's there. I ain't seen so many. So they're a different breed. Clarence, man, this dude, it's a lot of Clarence out there that we ain't calling out. Okay, it's a lot of Clarence out there. And eventually, eventually, man, we're gonna have to say, man, we're gonna have to get mad. I ain't trying to tell nobody to go hit nobody, but we're gonna have to get mad for anything can happen. We're gonna have to get mad. Trust me. We can't be the only people on this earth, and it seems like we is. I think we the only people, our black media, the only people is speaking up for our people and not selling them out. And that's God heaven truth. I ain't selling you out, but you better not talk to nobody. You better not talk about nobody on our black media to me. Trust me. If you got a problem, hey, Drew, so and so got a problem. I got him on the line. Hey, hey, I got him. I'll snitch you on you in a minute.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll snitch on you. You got a problem? Hey, he got a problem with you, RG. This is what he said. You know what I'm saying? You know
what they say now.
Hey,
they send you letters and all that, but I'm leaving that alone.
Hey, trust me, man. And like I said, I ain't no politician, and I don't want to be. I'm just a people person, but I don't want all people gonna say the right thing when it's time for them to vote. For example, they was trying to get this sidewalk done, and RG, you know, they was trying to get this sidewalk and live in the city done forever. You know the reason why they getting it now? Because it's voting time.
Mm-hmm.
It's voting time.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why these sidewalks going up. And you know that, RG.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to fight fire with fire. Don't, RG, let me tell you this. And I'm a straight up tell you on public TV.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to talk about her. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to bring her name up ever again. Just tell the people what you gonna do.
All right.
Okay? Because trust me, if it wasn't voting time in November, you would never have those sidewalks going up.
But you know what? To add to that, Bernard, you're telling the truth. Let me tell you why we're doing this. Now, I haven't talked about this. My colleague Rashida Evans and I, I'm not gonna tell the details, but we found a family that was struggling in a bad situation in the 5th district. She called me. Not only did we fix the situation, but we made sure that woman had resources that were going to sustain her family. That's why this matters. What bothers me about stuff like you just said, I don't care about this materialistic stuff. I can put the sidewalk, I'll get Julius and you, and we'll put a sidewalk up tomorrow. I care about these people. There's people out there hurting. People out here hungry. People out here who want to see you. People out here, Bernard, I canvassed Tatumville the other day. And it broke my heart that 2 people said, oh my God, I've never met somebody who's running for office. When you sit here, Tiffany, you know this, and you sit there, I got down just did like this, just talk to people. These people matter. And the fact that the matter is, like you said, it bothers me that every 4 years, you just showing up every 4 years, you ain't nothing to me. And that's why I lost respect for that person.
Yeah, honey, you go.
Get in the trenches with these folks. Talk to them.
Yeah. I feel like getting down in the trenches with people. That's how you make change. That's how you get change, because you get the people's ear. And I was telling a colleague of mine, if I can't do nothing else, I can rally the people. Because when you have somebody who has to do the same thing that you've gone through, then you want to make a change. And I grew up in the neighborhood that I represent. And so because I see that things haven't changed since I've grown up here and now I'm raising children here, then why not run to make sure this area has what it needs? And then by me running and them seeing that I'm just a regular person because she showed up to my literacy program, or because I've seen her somewhere, then that young girl or young boy is going to run too.
This is why we're doing it right here.
So
they matter.
Yeah. But you know what? We y'all running for office, okay? If I was running for office, I wouldn't go after the people that I know going to the voting poll. I'm gonna go after the people who I know not going to the voting poll. And the reason why they're not going is because they say, well, who we gonna vote for? They ain't none of them gonna do nothing. It's the same thing. So focus on the ones who not going instead of focus on the one who's going.
That's right.
You know, and we'll see a difference.
Yeah, and just be with the people. Be for the people. Be for the people. Honey, people hurting.
That's right.
Well, they're stumping out our rights on every corner that there is. We got voting rights. They're trying to stump out, especially within the states and the Supreme Court. is not really doing anything about these challenges except the gerrymandering that they just did, I think, in North Carolina. And then you got abortion rights, where you're going to try to tell a woman about how you're going to control her birth control. Then you got affirmative action. And Clarence Thomas, I don't understand. What this man does is insult us every day that he breathes.
Oh my goodness.
Every day that he steps on that court, he is an embarrassment and he's an insult to the black man. And I am saying this, and I don't care who don't like it. He has shown who he is, and we must believe him. Nobody in their right mind could like Clarence Thomas. That's a black person in this country. Nobody can defend this man's actions. Nobody of color has ever gotten anything out of this man except a hard time and a bad vote, a bad decision.
Yeah, and you're right, and I second agree with you with that, Joe. Clarence Thomas is the worst Negro that ever stepped foot in America, and I said it. Period. Case closed. This dude. Ain't nothing black about this dude here, man. Nothing whatsoever. That's why he got it. You think he got that gray hair on his head for a reason? It's just the white coming out.
I love that. I love it.
Hey, I guarantee you, man, if y'all start talking about these folks, like really talking about them, y'all see a change, man. Some folks don't like to be talked about, So, and not only that, you got some Clarence Thomas down in that City Hall, too.
Oh, my God. I ain't going
to. So at the end of the day, man, trust me.
Yeah, it's terrible. When you talking about you want to sit there and tell a woman what she can do with her body, it should be unlawful for you to do that. For you to try to control somebody else's life and what they do. I'm not against assisted suicide if the person is suffering and needs to go and wants to go. I'm not against it. As long as the person has the right stuff in place that it can be verified that it was done properly, I'm not against that. You can't really just try to control every aspect of a person's life. Right. It was given to them by God, and at a certain time, we're all going to go. So all these things need to be taken into account. Affirmative action is just the one I just can't understand. I don't understand. I don't. He wants you to pull yourself up by the boot, by your boot.
They gave you a boot.
Yeah.
I don't even have a boot.
And they gave him boots.
Yeah, exactly, and gave him boots too, pal. He's a contradiction. He's a contradiction, and he needs to retire. He needs to have a seat and rest those demons that just got him. He's just a tormented soul. He just sit there and he just looks unhappy and tormented. But when you lay with the enemy, then
oh my God,
hey, there it is.
I did not do that.
You did.
But
you said it.
The person who you lay next to influence you. Now, they in some way, form or fashion. And if you are in a position like Clarence Thomas, and if you're married to this woman, if you don't have the galls and you just let a certain person just gaslight you and manipulate you to be into what you are now, then that's just a fact.
Yeah.
You know the thing you said. I don't understand how you just shared your whole identity. It baffles my mind, and the fact that you take pride in that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, he's influenced by those around him because he wasn't the only one who was just. I know it's because he's black and he should have stood for it because he used affirmative action, but he had those around him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing. Like, everything has a root now. Now, this is just the fruit. Everything has a root. Who's influencing these votes? Because I'm in politics, and people will influence your vote if they think they can.
Yeah,
they will definitely throw everything at you, including the kitchen sink.
Until a lie.
You know, make you feel less than of who you are and why you're sitting in the position that you're in to make the vote that they want you to make.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not strong-willed and if you don't have a real purpose of being in there, you'll go for anything.
Well, we got a whole neighborhood down here. I ain't never seen a bunch of ignorant, intelligent people in my life. You sit there and let somebody. I'll never forget. I was sitting in a meeting, and you let somebody tell you the word increase in so many words. This is going to increase, but yet it ain't going to increase. It's not really going to go up. Last I looked, increase meant more, but I'm not going to. What I will say is, Clarence is retiring next year, so either we're going to get out and vote and make sure Biden get back in there. Y'all already retired, announced it. Make sure Biden picks the Supreme Court justice. Trump going to pick the next Supreme Court justice. Y'all make the pick. He already got 3 in there.
Yeah, but let me tell you what, Biden, okay, he don't even know how to spell his name no more. So that's a whole new different situation. But for him to come in our neighborhood and promise these kids a break on their student loan, promise them now. That's what he ran on.
No.
And look what happened.
But that ain't his fault, or not.
No, I'm not saying that's not his fault. But at the end of the day, man, they you know what? I'm gonna say this here. I don't trust none of them. I don't trust none of them. At the end of the day, yeah, you trying to do something to reverse what they did. You trying to. I forgot what he, I forgot what they're using now to reverse it when they was in a press conference to try to say, hey, we're not going. If you can't pay your student loan, we're not going to let it go to the credit bureau. We're not going to let you blah blah blah. I don't know what rule they're trying to put it in, but at the end of the day, it was wrong. Period. And. It was absolutely, and then you got these so-called. Let me tell you what they're saying. You got these. This was happening. You got these so-called white people say, "Well, y'all need to pay your own bills." No, you need to pay your own bills. Okay, you know how many people got student loans that need a break, and they only did it because of us. Every affirmative action because of us. Student loan because of us. Women's right. To make a choice, keep the baby, not to keep it, us. Everything they're doing in this country, y'all, is about us, and it's about them setting us back. That's all. And I don't understand this. How you gonna come to a country that you stole, that you didn't have no kind of access to, that you didn't build anything, but you got the right to tell this country what to do and what not to do? Your good old country, good for nothing, racist people on that side, and they doing it. And they doing it. And we doing it to ourselves because we the only people in this country. I made a joke about it the other day, yet this morning. I say, we the only people can't go to the bank and get no money. If I wanted $1 million, we the only people that can't go get $1 million. But if you send little Becky in there and go there for you, they're gonna give Becky the whole $1 million, you're gonna walk out. Black person gonna go in there and they're gonna get $1 million, and soon they walk out, the National Guard arm waiting on them out the door. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't understand what y'all tell me. What went wrong? What went wrong?
We become desensitized. We're so worried about making it from day to day that we just feel like we don't have time. we don't have time to be worried about what them folks in the White House is doing when we don't know that what these white people are doing and not just necessarily the white people, but what these people are doing in the White House and in the Senate and in the legislature and in local government. What we are all doing benefits our daily life. So we really do have to pay attention. But we have inflation that's at an all-time high. We have killings that's at an all-time high. We have a housing crisis. We have a health crisis. Everything that could be a basic human need. Basic human need. All of these things are now we're having to fight for. We're having to fight for basic human needs. And I don't think that we have really wrapped our minds around what exactly does that mean. Because it doesn't mean getting up and going to work every day, making sure that you can make your rent. Because we don't even know how the economy is going to look from day to day. You know what I mean? We don't know how much food is going to be from day to day. When we wake up, it's always something new. Something else has happened. We are just so desensitized. And then we comfort ourselves in the abyss of the metaverse on all different platforms, but we make the most small and petty thing national news opposed to what's really going on, like how our banks are still needing to be bailed out every time you turn around. Well, dang, I got money in the bank, like, you know what I mean?
Tell me, use your money in it,
right? And so we're just focused on what we think is right, but when we look up, it'll probably be like, what was I doing to not know that it was this bad in the world? And it is, y'all. It's really bad.
Well, we got to continue to watch the Supreme Court, but we have to, in order to get rid of people in the Supreme Court, we got to put the right people in office. We can't vote. We can't hesitate. I mean, we can't not vote. We can't hesitate. We can't go splitting the party thinking that I'm going to vote for Cornel West just because he's running for president. That's our subject next week is Cornel West and these third party candidates. That's next week though. But we're going to get to, before we get to France is on fire, which is our last subject, about how they have tore up the African countries and with all of their ungodliness that they are doing over in Africa and what they tried to do in Haiti and everywhere else. We're going to go to and talk about the magazines that we have. We have Hello Savannah. Hello Savannah is out. Y'all can go to atrmediagroup.com, atrmediagroup.com. That's Hello Savannah there. And we also have the Port City Review. It is out now. You can go and read it on atrmediagroup.com, atrmediagroup.com. There's some great reads in those two magazines. Make sure you go online, atrmediagroup.com, and click on the one that you want to read. Read both of them. You can also read all our past editions from when we first started in September. So
do it.
Yes, sir.
All thing you got to do right. You got to do like Keisha. Hello, Savannah.
Hello, Savannah. And but we want y'all to go and read those things and see what and get the information out of it. Share. Tell somebody about it. Direct other people to go there. All of y'all friends should be on there. I know y'all don't do enough to tell people to go and read this stuff. If you're watching, call your people. This month's issue is on the shelves. Well, it's not on the shelves. It's in virtually. You can go and read it and just turn the pages and read the whole thing. Hello, Savannah and Port City Review. Those are the covers of the magazine. They're out, and we're getting rave reviews for it, getting calls from all over in Atlanta and everything else. We're going to next week, I believe next weekend, not this weekend coming, but the following weekend, we're going to Atlanta to the Stonecrest Mall where they got the new Black Wall Street Mall.
Black Wall Street. Yeah.
We're going there. We're going to take a tour.
Nice place.
We'll bring all that back to you all also. Yep. So we're going to get to the last subject. I mean, we'll probably get out of here early after we get through with this discussion on France is on fire. France is on fire. And y'all know what that mean down on the, do you know what that mean, Bernard?
What that mean?
Put it back up 1 minute. Put it back up. France is on fire.
We don't want to let them burn.
You
Okay, come on, okay.
We don't need no water. Let it burn.
France. They done took all the minerals out of Africa. They control most of Africa, not the United States and what we did over there, what we tried, but France. They control the currency over there. They have the 4th or the 5th largest reserve of gold in the world, and they don't even mine gold in France because they went over and they bled Africa. You know, if anybody should be mad with any country that has done Africa wrong besides the United States, it is France. Even over in Haiti had to fight and whip their butts to get them off their island. That's why you hear the Haitian guys speak French. You know? Yeah. But go ahead, Bernard.
And you know what? This man, the United States is one of the biggest hypocrite country in this world. They can go and spend money and get to Ukraine to fight Russia. They can go all over and spend this money to fight, but they can't do nothing when it comes to Haiti or Africa. They can't do nothing to help those people. They can't, because I mean, what's so crazy, y'all? Around the world, man, people just treating us like we ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing, man. Nothing. But let me tell you this here. When you stop fire with fire and start slapping back, you'll see a different result.
There you go.
You know, you'll see a different result. But at the end of the day, man, that's just crazy, man. And you know,
they have led that country
around the world. You know, black folks around the world. We just can't get a break for nothing in the world, you know. But you can send money to Ukraine, and Russia supposed to be what, the second largest military in the world, and they getting their butt tore up by this little Ukraine. Come on now, really? Because
Africa should wipe France off the map too, Bernard. Africa can wipe France off the map.
I know it.
It just got to stand up and do it. France has 31 countries on that continent of Africa. 31 countries speak French.
Yeah.
Why? 31 countries. That's not native to Africa. French is not native to Africa. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But you know who for to take over the United States? Saudi Arabia. Trust me. They pumped $750 billion into the United States, and that's they already did that, and we still got 6 more months to go. The United States just hypocrite. They say one thing about don't take the money, but they taking the money. All these big things, AT&T, American Airlines, all these are taking money from Saudi Arabia, and they pump it. That's why they do what they want to do here. See, but Biden can get up there and don't say nothing. You know, y'all tell me this here. What have Biden did since he been in there?
Well, there's nothing that I mean, when it comes down to it, I understand where you're going, but if it's Donald Trump or Joe Biden, I'm with Joe Biden all day. I don't give a damn.
True.
Yeah.
Two devils.
So I can't.
One of them.
Yeah, I can't kill Joe Biden right now. Not kill, but you know what I mean. Talk bad about him.
Listen, Lord, we all going to jail.
Yeah, yeah. That one what it meant.
Yeah, don't make
Right.
I said kill as in talk bad about him. We can't do that to Biden right now because we have to get Donald Trump out the way so that whoever is the Democratic nominee that they can win. Now, you got to be excited about a person to go invite and vote for him. Now, Trump is the excitement that the Democratic Party needs. So we have to be able to fuel our passion off of going to the polls, off of Trump being in the race. I don't think he'll be there because I really think he's going to jail. And I think Secret Service will have to guard him while he's in there. That's how much faith I have in the United States justice system. So I think that he's going.
Yeah.
But anyway, we have to be able to distinguish in who we think is going to be the lesser of the two evils right now until there's a change. It takes time to change things. It takes a lot of time. Where's our next black president? I have no idea. Who that'll be? I have no idea. So we'll see in the next 10, 15. Hopefully we're living when that happens again, Bernard.
I'm going to be the next black president.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Trust me. But on a serious note, I understand what you're saying. You got this devil, you got that devil, so you had to put lesser evils.
Yeah.
But and I think with Trump, the Fed, when like you say, the Fed, he got the Fed on him, so I don't think he's gonna be around too long.
Yeah.
But
I think he's gonna take a deal, Bernard.
Huh?
I think he's gonna take a deal because Rudy is now.
Oh yeah.
Rudy testifying against him now.
Yeah. He either gonna take this. What's gonna happen to the little punk? And this is on a serious note. He either gonna go to jail or he gonna take his own self out.
Yeah, he ain't taking himself out. So he.
I seen a lot of them. I seen them like, I seen a lot of them. Hey, just like they had those little girls on the islands, and you see what happened to him in jail. But that's another story. I ain't trying to, but
That was his friend, though. Ooh, wait a minute. That was his friend.
Yeah, and you see what happened.
Yeah.
I got one of them taking him out.
One right.
Oh.
I'm serious. Y'all didn't look at enough of them conspiracy movies. I watch them all the time.
Yeah. Hey, man, don't know what, man, tell me. Trump left him $431 million, and he done screwed that up, and his daddy rolling on his grave. Like, man, you one step to be in jail, to be in prison.
Well, we want to let everybody know, it'll be subjects we touching on. We try not to be too local with our discussions, but we do get into local because this is where we started at. This is where we're from in this particular area, Chatham County, Savannah, Georgia area. So we will be talking about those things that affect this area, and throwing our national sauce in with it. But we ain't forgot about you, Cat. We ain't forgot about you.
Yeah.
We'll be back. We're gonna be digging some more and finding out what we can find out, because we just can't talk about it because you think that if we just don't say nothing, we'll go away. Or if you don't address it, it'll go away. No, we're gonna be talking about it until some things, I just say, push, pray until something happens. But we're gonna be pushing around here and doing whatever we have to do until something happens. But don't forget that we're here to do a duty. We're not here just to have fun. although we have fun because it's all of us. We're here to spread the word. We're here to make sure that everybody understands the information that we're giving out is to uplift our community. We got the mainstream white media down stepping on us. So we need to do everything we can to uplift our community. All the information that we're doing, we're coming to Atlanta and Jacksonville soon with our magazines. So, and I'm talking about real soon, before September 1st, hopefully. Yeah. I thought it would be an August rollout, but it's just things that we just got so much that we're doing. But y'all tune in and make sure you tell somebody. Don't be scared to tell somebody about this platform. We got shows, and we got brand new shows. Have y'all watched the brand new shows on Sunday at 5 and 6? We got From the Hood to the Pulpit and Little Known Black History Facts. Y'all make sure y'all watch that and spread the word. It's History Facts. You'll be sitting there and watching it, Little Known Black History Facts, and say, wow, I did not know that. So those shows are every Sunday, 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock. You got Little Known Black History Facts at 5, and From the Hood to the Pulpit at 6. And From the Hood to the Pulpit, it's not just church stuff. It is great speeches by people like we got speeches on there with Kanye West. Kanye ain't I don't even know what to call him. I don't know what he crazy up mentally. I don't know. But Kanye makes a lot of sense if you sit back and you listen to him and give him time to talk. But he does some stupid stuff afterwards. Yeah. You got great Denzel Washington. One that y'all will really be loving is this guy, Rick Grisby, the third grade dropout. Y'all might have saw it on my Facebook page. But his father was a third grade dropout, and when you hear this story, if you don't have a tear come out your eye, you know you probably ain't got no feelings. You're not human. But on these shows that we're gonna have, we want you to watch them on Sundays at 5 and 6. Little Known Black History Facts. You'll sit back and you'll be amazed of the little known Black History Facts that you don't know, and we're gonna put them all out there and show you things that you didn't know. 5 o'clock on every Sunday. And then it repeats during the week. We'll be repeating it during the week. But if you want to catch the first episode of each one, it'll be 5 o'clock on Sunday. And then 6 o'clock From the Hood to the Pulpit with these powerful speeches, these powerful motivational speakers like Les Brown and all the rest of them. But Ivan said I tuned into an episode From the Hood to the Pulpit once. Well, we started it back then, Ivan, and then the person that was doing it left town and went to Atlanta and got a job and couldn't get to doing it. Now we have somebody here who is doing them, pulling all the materials, putting it all together, and will present it to you. I know you'll be watching it for the next 2 or 3 weeks because we've already gotten that much material lined up for the viewers to watch. We're going to be going with that, and y'all make sure you go online and watch the videos. Go online and look at the magazines, and we can go from there. Okay. And Ronald Rogers might have a show pretty soon. Ain't no telling. What Ivan said? What did Ivan say? He said that episode consisted of singing in the living room, waiting for the message.
Ivan, all right with the shade. You know, shade is it, Ivan.
He gave that for real.
Well, you get the message and all the rest of it. You got to watch it.
Oh, heck, did give a lot of shade, didn't it?
Both times.
Oh, you ain't had to do that. Ain't you tired?
Yeah, you got to watch it.
You ain't tired yet?
Y'all better start screaming in the comments.
Yeah, you got to watch it, and you'll get the message because it's going to be plain. It's some motivational speeches that you probably have never heard, and it's some great little known Black history facts that you probably didn't know. So we're going to get all that out, and it's going to be some great stuff. We got Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. You got a lot of people telling their stories, and they're inspirational. You know, and some of them will make you have a tear come out of your eye because they're such great stories. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kobe deep. All his things, man.
Yeah.
Deep.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I would also like to, because I shared it tonight, so hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, Clark County is watching. Anywho.
Go Dogs.
So Mothers of Black Sons, let me do it this way. Mothers of Black Sons we are hosting our 2nd annual uniform drive. Yay. So right now we are in the process of receiving uniform. So we're asking for gently used to new uniforms for middle school and high school. We're also asking for gift certificates so that we can donate them to some high school students who may need assistance in getting new school clothes. We know that school is starting early this year. And so if you're watching tonight, I should have gave Javonna my Cash App, but it would have been soliciting. But
Soliciting.
all of these 3 men know how to.
Yeah. Well, what we'll do, Tiffany, we need to put that up next week so that we can all give a donation. Our Black media will donate, and we'll challenge everybody else to donate also.
Okay.
So you can say the Cash App like she said.
Okay, so the Cash App is $.
I'll put it in. Go ahead.
Tiffany Taylor 017. That is $. Tiffany Taylor 017. That's my Cash App.
Okay. Boom.
So every donation is really appreciated, and it's a blessing to be a blessing. Now.
Okay. All right. I like
Javonna,
that.
you ain't doing that, Javonna.
Yeah, it's a blessing to be a blessing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And we're going to make sure that we try to help you as much as we can.
Yeah.
Because you do great things there in Athens as the commissioner of the 3rd District, and we're so proud of you. And anything you do, we're behind you 100%.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So whenever you have an event and you want me and Bernard and Robert there, we come.
Oh, but Bernard and Julius, we're going to what's the child named Daniel's basketball game already. Yes, y'all get ready.
So Daniel Bernard, he's going to Miami to some sort of tournament at the end of the month.
I'll be there.
You will?
Yeah.
I'm gonna text you.
The guy who's what his name? Eric them giving the tool. It was gonna be at the convention center, but now it's gonna be at 4 high schools. Because he wanted to push it back. Because once August starts, that's it. So he pushed. So it's the 28th, 29th, and the 30th. So I'll be down there to Miami. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna text you when we get down there so you can meet Daniel. He's a tree.
Oh, okay.
Good kid.
Okay. So we're all going to donate. So you can make sure that you hold us to that. Even
I'm gonna hold y'all to it.
We're gonna give Mr. Brown to donate also.
I'm gonna donate $100. I'm already gonna commit it for him.
Yeah. So if anybody, if all hearts and minds are good,
hallelujah.
Okay, Baptist.
Oh, Julius, we got one more commercial. Javonna, go ahead and play it for me.
The city of Savannah has always been known for its African American culture, especially in the 5th District, where I live. Over 50 years ago, my mother and father developed a home in the 5th District, in Liberty City to be exact. And since that time, we have lost our voice and struggled to find the really great leadership that makes us really proud. Our culture, our heritage, and our land have been questioned. But if you join me, Robert Bryant, next year in 2023, we can get to work and believe in change that we can all be proud of. So join me, let's believe in the change, and together we will make the District 5 stronger. Thank you.
This is
Very
the
good
best producer
commercial.
we've ever had. Best producer.
Very good commercial. Anybody else got anything besides the commercial?
Nah,
Renard?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right, see you tomorrow on Ebony Sports Reporters. Tiffany,
Definitely.
anything?
Be kind to one another. Pay it forward. Have grace and empathy with yourself and strive to be a greater you.
Man.
All right.
Tiff, you make me want to go vote.
She endorsed me too, Bernard. Look at that.
Hey, you make me want to go vote. I'm going to vote for Tiffany.
Why you gonna vote for me?
That's right. That's right. Okay. Giovanna, we'll take it on out. We'll see y'all next week, and we'll see you the rest of the week.
Y'all be
Like this. 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 Like this.